I guess what you probably start with the topic you had tweeted about yesterday when K Brad was talking about $1,000 you could basically pay for the tournament, get you the flight, hotel, everything.
Um,
And what do you think the cause of that is being where all of a sudden now the prices just everything just have gone astronomically high?
well, look, I think right now, without getting too um, philosophical and all that shit with it, right? And like, but let's be economical.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I think that the FGC is unrealistic. I think that we are at least the masses, right? And then we're talking about big and small because there are people in my Discord that talk about like, you know what I mean, the people that fund the FGC are not the people that win from the FGC, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the cost of going to an event it has gone up. Yeah, for sure, right? And it's not just the door fee, bro. The door fee ain't costing you $1,000.
No.
You might be paying 180 or 200, but like, bruh, it's food, room and board, travel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are other expense lines that have also skyrocketed, and you know, tournaments or basically going outside has become more expensive. Welcome to the club, bro. Welcome to it. Like, grow up.
Oh yeah, I had commented on it because I was saying yeah, because yeah, I said he was right about that because me and my wife were talking about Evo, and then when I pretty much did the planes and just planes and hotel, not including the Uber to get from the airport to the hotel or food, we was already at like 3,000 before I even paid my entry fees and everything.
Right.
So we were just looking at that like, man, that's a lot of money to spend just to go out there for a couple of days for a tournament.
Man.
Well, because I know a lot of people have been saying that maybe I know the pro players have been kind of tweeting about it, maybe making like CEO, Evo, combo breaker stuff like that, making those invitation only. So then the sponsors get more stage time. So they'll probably invest more money into the scene if they're getting more screen time than basically having the open bracket system.
That okay. Mm. So making Evo what? Say that again, Chris. I want to hear. I want to because good Lord of mercy, exclusive. You want to make Evo. The thing that makes Evo what it is because it's a open tournament where everybody can enter, and this is where people come to probably get the. You know what? Jesus Christ. Oh, Lord of mercy. No, I think that's a bad idea. I think that here's the thing. I don't get me wrong, right? I'm open to it. I'm open to the conversation. I'm open to the conversation. Me and you can have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we were about to have it right now, let's have it for real.
Okay.
The reality of the situation is that what you're saying to me is that you want to make Evo an exclusive tournament. So now we have, let's say, remember, it's only the top 1% winning.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I don't know off the top of my head, let's say 10,000 people, because that guy said 10,000 people went to Evo last year, so I'm going to use his numbers, times 0.01. What is that number? What does that come out to? 1, 2, 3 times 0.01. That's 100 people. That's 100 people. That's gonna go to Evo. What happens to Evo's pockets now?
But if it's that number right there, they're gonna really be hurting. But
right, can you imagine a $1 million event annually that happens? It's no longer $1 million event.
Mm-hmm. I think
You
they
understand?
I think they're looking at it from the perspective of our sponsors are getting more advertising space, so they'll have to pay more because they're getting on they're on the stream more often than they
Sure.
are. But I
So
don't
we
know.
have a
But I don't know if that
play.
would. But I don't know if that would offset the
That's the
profit from not
stupidest shit,
having their.
brother. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. So let's see, right? Because what these players oftentimes don't realize when they complain, right? Like when Punk complained about how much money he won. Punk, how long did you play for? Anybody ever count how many times? Like if we could go to start.gg right now and add up all the time Punk played with Street Fighter Five. How many games did he play? 10?
Yeah,
He played at 5 minutes a game, so you played for like an hour?
yeah.
How many games did he play? Anybody know? Let's say he didn't play 15. You know what I mean? Like how many games uh Evo was it 2024? Let's do the science, bro. Cuz this is what I'm trying to tell you, like these people they're not thinking clearly. Um let's go. We go to Evo and we go to Street Fighter 6. Punk won it. Hold on, let me see. Standings. This thing is so easy. He played 13 matches.
I would have thought he would have played way more matches than that at Evo.
My nigga, he played 13 matches. He had one loss. I think that was the one loss where he lost in grand finals.
Mm. So he made what 25,000 for basically 13 matches, which is probably if we yeah
6 to 7 minutes a match, and I'm pushing it because Street Fighter Five is fast. They get away on you. That shit is 15, 20 seconds. Sometimes it's perfect. Sometimes whatever. Right?
mm-hmm.
He played 13 times. G. That's barely over an hour throughout the weekend. And he won what, like 12, 13,000?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. So what are we talking about, bro? You put in $200 to go to an event, $10 to enter in the tournament, and your $10. Let me go back to my calculator here. Go back around. Let's say he won $12,000. Whatever. I don't know what he won. Divided by 10. Is that 12,000%? 1,200%. 1,200%. So many times it went in there. You dig what I'm saying? Like, brother,
yeah, stuff ain't just the money ain't adding up. Like he's making more money from compared to the time that he's actually doing something.
that's my point. Now, granted, this is where we started having the conversations back in the day and saying, hey, it's not just the time in the tournament, it's all the work that's done before. You're talking about looking at the iceberg versus the tip of the iceberg, right? That's where that conversation started.
Yeah.
That's where we're like, you guys are worth a lot more, yada yada yada. Like, bro, they're coming into they're benefiting from the seeds that we sowed, right? Because we're the ones that pushed the argument about valuing these people's times. So I don't understand why everybody else's money needs to go up and ours don't. And they don't even understand what I'm trying to say, right? It's not a dog. I'm trying to have me be the only one that signed it. Not me be the only one that, benefit from it as a TO. Bro, if the C rises, bro, we all go up at the same time, G.
Yeah.
Exponentially. Right? Because look at what's going on with Evo. Evo has made profits, hopefully, for years. The point now where they can expand. And
Well,
they also gave back to the community by doing a show about the people that are working within the community. What? What?
yeah, but I know a lot of people. Well, some people are speculating that most likely Chipotle probably paid a good probably $2 million to stay as a premium sponsor of that of Evo.
So, so, brother, what's $2 million going to do when you're running a company, bro? An international company.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You got light bills to pay.
Yeah, I don't, at times I don't know if it's more the scene basically pocket watching the TOs, the larger TOs, or is it just the fact that people are not being transparent with like the money and what the numbers and where stuff is going? But I'm like, they don't really have to be transparent unless they're like a publicly traded company. They don't have to reveal their financials if they're privately owned.
You would agree on that, right? Because I have an issue with the fact that people think that TOs need to be transparent. But brother, I'm a business. I don't ask you all the tricks and plays that you do before you come out here and play. Show me all the unblockables you got before you go. Nah, bro. What is the transparency? What is that? What does that give you? And this is the part that I'm curious about, right? As a customer, like what is that? What does that really give you? What is that? What does knowing that and then throwing the word transparency on it, right?
Mm.
Acting like there's some good or bad involved in it. Bro, that's my personal business. If I run my business and it's successful and I'm doing it for the community or for a community and I continue doing it and it continues to grow and it continues to get better, what is the issue?
I think that most people saying, well, commentators are making X amount, TOs are making X amount, but the players' salaries and stuff are not guaranteed. It's like the prize money is not guaranteed the way it's going to be paid out every tournament. Because not every tournament is going to have the same payout.
All right, I hear that argument. And I fall back with this question and I ask, are the TOs responsible for paying the players?
No, it's not. They're not responsible for it.
Right. We're responsible for holding a good event in which a player can win money against other people. And we're supposed to do our best as influencers in the community to gather the best talent to provide the best show for not only the people that play, but for the people that came to be entertained. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And not only in person, but also online during and after the event. So we need to, production need to be on point because that's the new shit, right?
Yeah. I know some people were saying, well, maybe for the TOs might need to take it back to the original roots and stuff and go back to like the ballrooms and not hold it in these big venues, and that could cut down on some of the cost of these events.
I don't even understand what you're saying right now, bro. What are they talking about?
Well, they're saying
Going back to ballrooms is going to do what? What is that going to do for them?
Well, they looking at it like, well, it'll cut down on the cost of you having to rent out like some big venue like the what's the one that was up here, the one in Atlanta, like the big stadium, instead of just renting something a little smaller so you can kind of save money on the back end on the venue itself.
Colorado, was it the other one that Jay Bailey does?
CEO,
not CEO, the other one.
DreamHack.
DreamHack, was it a DreamHack event?
Yeah,
it was. DreamHack is a whole other beast, son. Look how big DreamHack is, and DreamHack is not no little event. They got computers and they got
Call of Duty tournaments going on.
Yeah, they got all this type of shit going on. What are you talking about?
I think they're looking at it more just for like just FGC exclusive events, like just CEO combo breaker stuff like that.
Okay, so but we're the same people that be asking for 24-hour ballrooms. Okay, we get a ballroom. We want it for 24 hours though. What are we talking about? Every type of the argument, every time you say something, I'm gonna bring in. Oh, and I want the best food there. I don't want to go too far for food. And when I lose, I want there to be another event available for me to play in immediately. What happened to the people that go 0-2? What about us? I spent all this money to come to the event, so now I'm stuck. Just what? Hanging out? What about the money that I invested to pay there? I'm not in the tournament anymore. I'm not playing. What about me? I know you think I'm being facetious, but brother, for the years that you didn't know me, these are the scenarios and the questions that were asked upon us, and like how were TOs investing back into the community with the games that we had and yada yada yada, bro. This was it. And if you're not constantly bringing something to the table, upgrading and upping our events, why should we patronize your tournament?
True. Like I always find there was stuff to do even once you got done with the tournament. Like it was pretty much every city I went to with a tournament. Like it's always been like stuff around the tournament to do. So I never really basically got to the point where oh man I'm out the tournament, so I just ain't got nothing to do. Like it was plenty of stuff to do to me. It just
Exactly.
it just depends on the person. Like if you're a person that like to be out like that.
Listen, I clearly we're of a different stock, and people are built differently, and they put different ownership of certain things on others. You know what I mean? All I'm saying to you is there's always another person that want to talk about this, that, and the third, and whatever. But nobody wants to be realistic about the real cost. And transparency is not a evil or a bad thing, bro. That is a company's right. And if you feel, and that's what it is, right? Your feelings, you think your feelings are what, are that this event, this company is making more. And therefore, you know what they're really saying? You've made so much money off the community. And how many revenue sources does the tournament have, right? Mm-hmm. They got what? The door?
The door and just like the vendors and stuff like that.
Shit that they sell, merch.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever they may get from production. Right? That means like whatever money that they may generate from Twitch and YouTube. Right? Marketing dollars.
Yep.
And the vendor stuff. Whatever commercials they do or the vendors. Now, with that being said, how do they what do you want to see? You want to see the total of that, but you don't want to see the total of your costs, right? Then let's be fair, right? Let's talk about timelines. You see, if you want to talk about shit, we're going to talk about it for real, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to talk about timeline because that's the shit that really made people go broke, right? It's not the money per se alone, but it's when the money becomes available. And you can't think about it in a way like, nah, bro, you bullshit. No. If you're running an event and 50% of the people sign up for the event after when things are due, like for instance, you need to market for an event. Let me ask you a question, Chris. Can you market for an event and and not have the money to hold the space before putting it on paper?
No, you gotta have the venue locked down before you even start promoting anything.
Are people going to let you lock down their venue for free?
None that I know of.
Right. Now, depending on how big the event is, I know everybody's like, oh, go smaller. We can't go smaller. Because if we go smaller, we have issues with the fire department. And people are always complaining about our tournament sizes anyway. Right? Being that we're not accommodating for the venue and the amount of people that are coming for it. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, bro. Make up your mind, bro. You can't have it one way, not the other, right?
Yeah.
So you do that. All this money is you need to do up front. Deals that we're going to be making with these vendors. Promises, like for instance. So let's say we budget a tournament and we think X amount of people are going to come, and we promise you money based on whatever. So what you're saying to us is we have to make a budget so clean that we're guaranteeing that our customers are going to show up and show out based on all our predictions, so that the money that we can give away at the bottom, at the end, this is income, right? Because we're not giving away off revenue. I'm not talking about sales. We're not giving away money off sales. We're giving away money off income. That's not the money that's used to go to pots. That don't count. A pot money is just a pot number. At that point, we're a fucking we're a casino. We have nothing to do with the pot, right? That's not our money. That's y'all money. 100% goes back to everybody that entered in. So take that out, subtract that, look into running a pop-up arcade and how expensive that is, and then say to me, once you have completed this, and you remember, I got to get the vendors in, right? And we're talking both big tournaments and small tournaments. Evo has the power of legacy. So people know that, bro, if I get on Evo's screen, that's going to do a lot for marketing within a certain genre of people, right?
Yeah.
Evo's channels, whatever. People are going to talk about it. It's going to get, you know what I mean? You're going to get a lot of airplay if your shit go on the screen at Evo. So it doesn't work. You don't work hard to sell certain things. And then there's prime time Evo, right? Top 8 this, top 8 that. When the most people are watching, it's like food. It's like the Super Bowl every year. So what are you saying now, right? You get these people to come in and you get them to pay top marketing dollars for the best time to have their commercials aired.
True.
But that should cost money. And then I got to secure those deals. And when are those people paying? They got to pay the money before? After when? When does that big major corporation decide when to pay you? Sometimes they don't pay you until after the event, G. Some of them pay a portion of it. So what are you gonna do? Who's the one up in the money up front? The TO.
Yeah, so when stuff goes left, it kind of fall on the TO to basically to deal with it, like
Exactly.
financially.
And that's what the people are not understanding. Everybody expects the TO. People have lost their houses, Chris. This is probably before your time. There was a dude that did a Smash event. He lost his house over that shit.
No, I've heard Mike Watson. I heard Mike Watson talk about it. How he was basically living out of his arcade, pretty much.
That dude got, because he he bought a space, but then the city started hating on him. So he had to do all this type of stuff to like lease contracts. You know how it is when you buy a space or you lease a space, and then you have to renovate it and all this other stuff, bro. And then they made him move. So like he was in one part of town, and they made him move. Those people, those city ordinances, like they fuck with you. And then what do you charge somebody to cover that? What do you charge? You charge like what's it? Dave and Buster fees, like you know what I mean? Like you base it on the hour, or or is it a flat fee all day, or like you know what I mean? And then it's a fee to come in, and then you pay for the machines per quarter or per 50 cents. Like you know what I mean? Like what do you do? How do you what's a pricing model that you put into place to be not even profitable? Let's just say to maintain consistency.
Honestly, with that right there, I don't think it's any pricing system you can put in that's going to make players happy. There's always going to be players that are going to complain about it because honestly, I like me just being in the FGC for these last probably 5 years. The main complaint I've always seen from players is just why does this stuff cost so much? And I'm like, have y'all not? I'm like, have y'all not looked around and just notice the way prices going up? That's just how business is right now, and prices are up, so you got to pay for it. If you don't want to pay for it, don't pay for it.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I did my show too, right? That was one of the pushes that I did not TO talk, but like ego talks was to help the community understand, like, brother, there's so much cost that goes into doing these things that whenever you see these fools up in their price or whatever, you should, right? But we've subsidized this community so long, it's not aware of what its real costs are. And now that the real costs are coming in, they're losing their minds. But also, this is the most that we've ever been paid in the FGC.
True.
We still have low payout tournaments, but this is the most that we've ever been paid in the FGC. As much as people want to complain, we've been paid. Well, yeah. We've been paid consistently a lot. Now, when there were a lot more tournaments and people were getting a lot more 10,000, 15,000, 12,000, all that shit there. Yeah, there was more money then. But at this level and what we're getting paid, yeah, we're getting paid a lot. But, the FGC doesn't want to recognize that. I think there's a lack of... This is delusion. There's delusion. And I'm slowly becoming disenchanted with having this conversation because it's not being had with people that are doing a good faith argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not talking to me honestly and realistically and like and being like real about how things work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, bro. Individually, there's a lot to it, but like they're also not comparing their hobbies, right? Your hobbies don't cost you really that much. Really and truly, it doesn't. Your hobby is what's that? $5 a week for 52 weeks. For $10 a week for 52 weeks, it's $520 a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
For a hobby. And I'm not trying to just say something. I remember we talked about this one time, a long time. Bro, they got golf clubs that start at $5.99. $349. Bro, that's just a club. That's not the bag to carry them, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
That's not the little spikes to put the ball down on. That's not the cleaning towels. That's not the golf shoe. That's just one driver. A driver, bro. A putter. Depending on which one of the putters you get, whether it be Callaway or Ping, $600. What are we talking about? I don't understand, bro. We are not broke. We are poor.
Are we poor, or do we just have a poor mindset?
What's the difference?
Like, people got
No,
money, but they just think that they shouldn't have to spend it on fighting game tournament.
Right. Everybody else can get the money but us. So we're poor. We're poor. And that's the thing too, right? Poor people, because they don't know no better, ask for shit that they're not supposed to get. Transparency. Show me your books. What? Show me your finances. We're all a part of this. No. Chill. What is that religion that Tom Cruise is a part of?
Scientology.
Yeah, let's do the Scientology shit, right? In Scientology, you got to let them know your money, so everybody got to pay the 10%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and no way you can't escape it. You got to show them your paycheck so they know that you pay exactly what you're supposed to pay. So let's look at everybody's. If we're gonna be transparent, everybody put their money up. For real. Bro, why are you asking me about my money but not willing to tell me how much money you got?
Well, you know how folks here, man. They want to know. I'm like, personally, I look at it like, if it's a TO, like, if it's, like I said, it's a private business. He doesn't have to show you financial. It's a private business. Unless you're an investor, then he doesn't really have to show you anything.
They're not trying to invest. Invest in what?
Well, that's usually what I understand. If you want to know the financial workings of a business, you have to be an investor, and depending on how much you have invested in, it basically depends on how much you actually know.
Here's the thing. All right. Let's say they didn't invest in a company. All right. Let me ask you a question. If you were to invest in a tournament right now, I'm talking straight invest stocks, whatever. What would you do? Well, how would you, and who would you give the money to?
I would assume probably give it to the organizer if I'm investing into his company, and then just like every quarter, every so often, just basically, hey, here's the financials. We're going over it right now for all the investors to basically see what's going on, and we're basically letting you know, hey, these are our plans going forward. So you kind of know where your money's going at.
Bro, you understand what I'm saying? That's easy, bro. Have a private Discord channel. We go in there and we talk about the financials. What's the financial plan for the future coming up for the next event? What is this, that, and the third? If you want to be in, bro, put some money up. And then whenever they get their profits at the end of the year, you get a piece of it.
Yeah. But people people in the scene just don't think really like that. Cause I'm like, well, y'all pay $500 or $400 or something, but might well say $500 for a Victrix controller, but you won't pay $500 to invest into your local tournament or your major tournament in your city to become an investor.
Who the one that's doing the buttons, the leverless right now that's popping? Which company?
Hitbox. You got Hitbox. You got Junk Food.
How come they don't ask Hitboxes to show their finances?
Good question. I get that I'm assuming from their standpoint, they're like, well, I paid $200 to get this controller, and now I got it, so I know where my $200 went to. I'm guessing that's where they would look at it from. Well, I'm paying you for a product, but it's kind of the same thing because you're paying for a service when you go to like a major.
Shit. Didn't they have to buy parts? Didn't they have to put labor? Didn't they have to do marketing? Don't they have to do admin work to get that shit sold?
Yeah.
Put it in there. They had to get a warehouse probably. Put people together to put that stuff. Like nobody thinks about that merchandising business because they're a merchandiser. Taxes and all this shit that they got to deal with. What are we talking about, man? Like I think that one of the things that bro, we don't want to have real conversation about the cost of shit. Everybody wants something subsidized. And then the utmost respect for doing the minimum. Yo, I paid my door fee. Okay. What else? You talk about community and culture and you want more, bro. When's the last time you volunteered at one of these events? 10,000 people were there and they were spilling their what was it? Their energy drinks in the chair. But what they'd rather do, they'd rather send bad marketing and be like, oh, it's so terrible in that place. You couldn't leave, so people peed in their chair. Like,
Yeah, like I don't know. I think if anything, I feel like the community struggles between wanting to be grassroots and wanting to be professionals. It's like you want some of them want to be professional and some of them just like, man, I just want to wild out.
and I think that's the problem that we're having right now. We're in this space where we're caught between a rock and a hard space where we don't understand who we are and where we're going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are very much grassroots, and we were grassroots for a long time, but we got to make money out of it, right? Because we can't continue to give you the demands of your hearts without doing certain business deals. All right, we do certain business deals, and the TO's got to make a little bit of money in order to recoup upfronting a lot of these expenses. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want us to do at that point? We got to recoup this. We have families. We have kids. We have responsibilities to take care of. And like you, some of us want to do this for a living. Like you want to be a player for a living. There are people out there that want to do TOing for a living. How do you do that? Well, fuck. You go out and you work every event that you could possibly work. You take over managerial responsibilities because it's difficult to run an event. And you go to anime conventions and you take over their stuff. And then you go wherever else you can go and you run their shit. So you try to get a little bit of fame, a little bit of money, and then you do stuff like, the production stuff and you get money off of that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't continue to run a business or you can't continue to do this shit without making money. Because the more and more you think about something you need, like if you're sitting down as a TO and you start thinking about what you're going to need, you're like, all right, cool. All right. Evo's lineup is what?
Talking about the games?
Yep, Evo game lineup is what? I'm just going to go to one game. Evo.
I think it's got like, I know it's about 8 games in the main stage games, and then you have the side games. I think that's another 6 or 7 games.
There it is. Fatal Fury, City of Wolves. Mm-hmm. First Evo. Marvel. How's Marvel 2 being done? Is Marvel 2 being done with the new Marvel disc that they sold, so they got to buy a bunch of games from Capcom?
Well, I know SNK basically signed a deal basically to have City of Wolves at Evo, so that they're probably providing games and money.
No, you get what I'm saying? But that's something that comes with hard work. That's sweat equity that they're paying for, right? Evo earned that.
Yeah,
bro. You think a regular TO? You think me, you, David, and Chris brand new Atlanta tournament can make them give us 10 copies of City of Wolves to play at the event?
Like now, because ITO he tried to basically get them sponsor, and basically all they sent was like some KOF 15
Sure.
folders.
T-shirts and shit to put on the wall. Yep. I know how it goes. I know exactly how it goes. Fools ain't doing nothing extra. I'm not saying it's disrespectful what they're doing, but they're gauging what they can do for how much they give away based on the amount of people coming to the event. And what they do is they look at history, they look at people that sign up, and that's the thing we tell people, hey bro, sign up early. If you sign up early, we have more chances to get more vendors, to get more money, and if we get more money and more things, we can then consider upping the prize pool.
Yeah, because you can leverage the amount of people coming. They say, hey, we're gonna X amount of people here. If you want your product shown in front of all these people,
we can then sell for higher contracts. We make a little bit more money. We put more money towards the pot. We put more. We push the Mascherino, and hopefully the production is dope. So we get dope matches, and the Evo, the kickbacks from the YouTube and the Twitch are dope.
I think some companies are trying to come in, but I think it's hard because the community is sometimes like, well, we don't like this company and we don't think you should work with them. And I'm like, well, if they're willing to come in and actually put a lot of money behind it, why would they not want to work with them?
Listen, unless the company is morally compromising, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're a morally compromising company, I can understand being hesitant about working with certain people. Because we complain about that, bro. You're not going to be out here, doing all type of shady shit, and we're going to be like, oh, let's just do business. Nah, bro. You gotta be careful about who your bed partners are, because the kids are coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming up, they're watching, and they may or may not know any better. So if they see us doing business with every and anybody, they're going to come up doing the same thing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, I think it's responsible not to do business with every and everybody. Somebody else may not see it that way, and they might do it however, right?
Yeah.
I personally think it matters how you win, right? Period. I'm not going to change my talk or whatever. It doesn't make life more difficult? Absolutely. Absolutely. But, what can you do? You can fuck around and find out, but, man, not in this economy.
Mm-hmm. Because like I was looking at where everybody's so hyped about City of Wolves, I'm like, the same people that are financially backing the game are the same people that y'all didn't like with the Esports World Cup, the Saudis, and they're the ones that's making City of the Wolves. So it kind of feels like people like kind of have like a double standard a bit.
Come on, Chris. What you trying to do? Be mature and responsible? Come on, bro. Stall me out with all that maturity, bro. Great. Bro, that's the thing. They don't think, G. They're not thinking about this.
I just thought about it. I was like, man, because I remember when it happened and everybody was raising a big fuss about it. But I'm like, City of Wolves come out, and I'm like, you do understand that the Saudis own 92% of SNK. They pretty much own the company, and people kind of just gloss right over that and like, now this is going to bring in money.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, it's coming from the same place though.
Talk to him again, Chris.
I think that's how I'm looking at it. From like it's coming from the same place. So if you had a problem with it there, you should have a problem with it here.
Brother. We talked about all this stuff on TL Talks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody mentioned it now. We mentioned before. And we look at it and we say, listen, you can't be like you sound hypocritical, or better yet, you haven't thought things through completely, right? And that's the thing. People don't have much common sense, and for that they're gonna suffer, really and truly. You know what I mean? And that's basically all I can say. I don't have much more. Like, I'm at the point now, brother, where I'm looking at this thing and I'm thinking to myself, like, how can they honestly be this ridiculous with their thought processes? And then I realized that there might be children, they might be immature, but like, bro, we were supposed to be, you know, the hardest fighting game or the hardest gaming genre for people that think and whatever. But like, bro, these people don't think, me. These people are just, nah. I don't know, man. They don't get it. They don't get it. I think a lot of these people, like, they sound like Jamaicans, man. Like, they have this dependency, like dependency addiction type shit. Like, you know, they just depend on others to carry the weight for them type shit. You know what I mean? Like the Jamaican people I know. It's messed up, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know a lot about the Jamaican posse, but like Jamaican people, like, you know, love to have or get stuff from their family in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll say like, "Yo, America is a lot more easy place to live," but it's not true, right? America is definitely not a better place than Jamaica, but it's not easy. It's not easy. It's very difficult to come here and be successful consistently and maintain and then send money back to a country. It's difficult, right? People don't understand that, and they don't want to see that. And I think that's the same. Maybe that's why I fight the way I do, because I see the same mentality within the FGC. The people that are pulling ahead and willing to do something to uplift the community, other than just playing. I think playing and players are dope, but it's not everything. And I don't know what the ratio is. I don't know if it's 50-50 for the importance of a TO and a player, or 60-40 or 70-30. I don't know what it is. And my friend and I right now, homie Frank would cuss me and be like, "Stop playing, David. Be for real." And yeah, I think the TOs are definitely more important than the players. But the players are important too. But players aren't the ones that are putting matches together versus a random person in a neighborhood that they never heard of, and you have the greatest match that you had all year. You understand what I'm saying? Look at that Evo event. Hayo versus whoever that was. Frankie, I think it was this guy's name. Bro, if you make Evo an exclusive event, going back to your first shit, how would those two ever end up playing each other? How would the random Japanese guy that was playing for 20 some odd years run into Frankie and create a fucking Evo moment that they won awards for?
Wouldn't happen.
You can't have that without a TO. And then, I mean, it's a causality thing. Like, you can't, bro. Y'all don't get dope. Y'all don't become who you are without tournaments, and you don't maintain that without tournaments. The hype, what we talked about last time, that on the recording got messed up. It's a Tatanka. We chase the tournament. We're this nomadic group that chases the tournament. What do you do if there are no tournaments?
I think we starting to see that. Cause like you said, like there used to be a lot of tournaments. Now there's only really about 4 or 5 tournaments. And people are starting to feel it now.
There are 4 or 5 tournaments, right? Hold on. What did you say? You went to school for marketing or sales, or you went to work directly for marketing and sales?
Oh no, I just learned it through work.
Through work, right. I remember you went to work. But the marketing and sales, they taught you about supply and demand, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happens when supply gets low?
You basically got to create an artificial demand for it.
You don't have to create an artificial demand, but the supply is low. The demand is going to go up.
Well,
Right now,
basically you can raise the price because of the fact that it's low and it's a demand for it.
Chris, thank you. They don't have that many tournaments right now. So what are all the TOs doing? Upping their prices.
Because either
Yeah.
you either gonna play here or you're not gonna play anywhere.
You either coming to my event or you're not playing at all. Go to Evo once a year, save your money up. Go to Combo Breaker, save your money up. Go to so and so, and then that game that you love the most, you go to their little events around the year. You go to your Marvel tournaments, your Neo tournaments, your Tekken tournaments. But for the most part, if you go into any medium or medium major size or whatever, the prices are going to go up because there's no other place for you to go and play now. Welcome.
Yeah.
This is what they wanted, bro. And then you're going to complain about the prices? Bro, none of y'all took an economics class? Nobody took an economics class.
No, because they've been stopped teaching economics in school.
Oh, what you mean?
Well, I can basically say I'm in Georgia, so when I was in school, they taught economics, but when I went to my nieces and stuff, their school, they don't even teach economics.
I don't understand what you're saying to me right now. I hear you. I have a strong command of the English language. I get it, but I don't even understand what do you mean? What do you mean they don't teach economics?
Like they don't really teach kids like how to handle money and stuff like that.
Or microeconomics, they don't teach none of that shit.
Like not from what I saw.
If that's what you're saying, I'm gonna cancel my show tomorrow. Bro, I've been fighting an uphill battle. I can't talk to these people.
Like no, because anytime I talk to anybody younger than me about economics, it's like they're just like they don't understand like just the basics. So I'm like, okay, they must don't stop teaching this in school, or people just ain't paying no attention.
I can't. This is over. This is over. I'm done. I am done. I did not know. Chris, every time I talk to you, I learn something new. Oh, Lord of mercy. If they don't teach economics in school anymore, I'm wasting my time. Oh, my God. Yeah, oh, my God. That's hilarious.
Because I remember my niece finally, she got her first job and got her first paycheck, and she thought it was going to be like a whole bunch of money. And I'm like, you do know you got to pay taxes, you got to pay all this other stuff too before you even get your money. She's like, what you mean? Like, yeah, the government takes taxes out, then you got state taxes, and then you got health benefits, stuff like that. That's all going to be coming out your check before you even see it.
Poor babies. Poor babies. Yeah, man. I don't get it. No. But yeah, to understand how this is too, right? Economics alone will teach you that over time things and prices are going to go up due to inflation and other economics or socioeconomic changes that happen within our financial economy, right?
Mm-hmm. Like me and my wife had this argument all the time, and I try to tell her like certain things. She's like, "Oh, well, the trucking industry is going to be it's technology proof." I'm like, "What are you talking about? They've already been showing they already trying to get self-driving trucks. They're pushing in that direction. They got AI driving cars. They got cars that basically, like I said, can drive themselves. They got AI doing deliveries. Like eventually, a lot of people gonna lose a lot of jobs because just a machine could just take your place." And like it, I say sometimes I just think about people. They don't really think about stuff. They just look at it. Oh, this is cool technology. But I'm like, yeah, it's cool technology, but it's actually taking a lot of people out of the workforce that used to do those jobs. Because now they can get a robot to do it that does it. They can do it 24 hours a day. It doesn't need to rest. It doesn't need to eat. Doesn't need to sleep. It can just work all day.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's times when my nephew and my niece are there, I'm like, y'all, I know y'all love all this technology, but y'all gonna have a hard time living in this world.
Not unless they up their game and learn how to use the technology wisely. They're not. I mean, they'll be all right, I guess. But like, bro, with these, what I'm seeing right now, I don't think these people right now are thinking. I think that these people that keep on coming up with these um ideas, it's gonna end up. If I want to be a futurist, we're gonna lose the middle class of the FGC. There's just gonna be these top player slash top earner, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to be a top player slash top earner, and then you're gonna have the local TOs, and that's it. And then you're gonna have to break through, however you can, from the local community, go straight to the big leagues. You're gonna have to be a top player killer like we used to be back in the day.
All right. Well, I know some. Well, I would think more so if I was a player just going into, I'd be like, okay, I need to pick out one or two tournaments to go to, and I need to place high, get myself on stream, get myself noticed, then start streaming and trying to build a brand off of that, and just kind of enter tournaments to kind of keep my name alive, but then try to market myself through those instead of just constantly trying to go through tournament wins.
But that's my whole point. That's my whole point right there, right? Like let's be real about it. Um this whole thing that we're doing is like, okay, you can be home, but here's the thing. Who are oh god, I hate him. This is the logic. All right. If you're a player from whereversville, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wherever the fuck, right? And your homies watch you, and let's say your homies talk about you. There's only so much exposure you're gonna get from 100 people pushing your shit. Versus when you go to a tournament and 100,000 people were watching it and saw you beat infiltration. And then they look you up and go, oh, he has a Twitch channel. You get what I'm saying, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
There's an exponential growth that comes from working with a TO that you can't do on your own. And if you can't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. And this is where we had that conversation earlier where I don't know who's more important. The player is important, but bro, you're not important by yourself.
It's more seeming like more like a symbiotic relationship. Like the players need the TOs need the players, the commentators need the players and the TOs. So it's like everybody kind of need to work together to make it work. But it just seems like one side, I'm gonna say pretty much the players are like, well, we feel like we're not being catered to enough because we are the main draw here, not the TO, not the commentator. We're the draw. But I'm like, well, if the TO doesn't even make the tournament, you don't even have a place. You're not really a draw because you don't have nowhere to go. So the TO has a place there.
Bro. The TO.
Well, cause it's something I told my TO. Like sometimes, just for me looking in the community, I say the community, we're like Highlanders almost. If you old enough to remember that movie, it's like there can be only one.
Right.
And I'm like, it doesn't have to be like that. But it just seems like everybody just wants it to be like that.
Competition without malice. Yeah, of course. There should, we talked about that. We've been through those epiphany moments, those maturity. Go, you got to grow up. You got to grow up. And you got to understand that once you grow up, things cost money.
Mm.
And yeah, brother. I don't even know. I don't even know. I just know that right now, every time there's a sticker shock, but people end up paying it and going anyway. And yeah, it's fucked up for a kid right now to go to an event. It's hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars, depending on which event you're going to. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Look at air prices. But one of these people booking their prices, right? One of these people booking their flights. They're booking their flights a month, 2 months, bro. Book your month Book your stuff 5-6 months in advance. Pay $100 to $200 for the flight. If you know you're going, plan accordingly.
Yeah. Because even now, I looked at a lot of airlines now. They have where you can basically, basically put up a payment plan. Like if you know you're going to go this place, you can basically do 9 months out, and you can just pay a specific amount until you're done paying for it.
Right.
So there's ways to get around it.
When is Evo this year? Evo is when?
It's June. I think it's like around the last week of June.
Right. Hold on.
Because I think it's Combo Breaker, CEO, then Evo. Because CEO is in June.
That's the lineup. Let's see. It's 5 months, 2 days, and 1 hour from now. So it's August. It's August 1st through the 3rd. All right. So, and this is the thing, right? Everybody got to understand when you're in front of a PC and you're dealing with somebody that does this for a living, this money shit for a living. All right. Round trip San Diego to Las Vegas. And this is me looking at Spirit. Ugh. I hate Spirit. Let's say I go in July, the Wednesday or the Thursday. Let's say I do the Thursday. And I leave on that Monday the 4th. Nope. Monday the 4th. All right. I search flights right now. Spirit airline flights start at $157, bro. Let's go as far as Florida. Let's change that starting location to MCO.
Mm-hmm. I think it's in June.
No, it's August.
Oh, you talking about
No, I'm not even going to CO.
Okay,
I'm
talking about Evo.
Somebody flying out of Florida, out of Orlando, going to Vegas. And let me update the search. $233. And that's a round trip flight. One adult. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
$233. Hotel for because I've done this before so many times. Hotels. I'm gonna go to hotels.com. I'm gonna go close this, close that. Stays Las Vegas. I'm gonna say I get there. Oh man, and you see now you got me all. See, this is how you be getting me all hot about it. You be doing this shit on purpose. I'm sure of it now. I know you are. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Check out on the 4th. Done. 2 travelers, whatever. Search. Oh damn. VIP access. All right, so the rooms start from $337 a night. Right? That's
Mm-hmm.
hotels.com too. Let me sort by price, low to high. $39 a night, which is not somewhere where I'd stay. I'd probably stay at where's the cheapest place I would say? Traverse no. Arizona, K7, Park Inn, Radisson. I'd probably stay there. Oasis, Gold Spike, the rooms look decent. Um Downtown Boutique. Circus Hotel. We've stayed at places like that before. Bro, they got hotels here that you can stay in the casino or the Strat, right? The Strat is pretty dope. Strat, the Lexi, that's all average, right?
Mm-hmm.
$102 a night, $463. So far from Orlando to Vegas with hotel and stay, right? And that comes with breakfast in the pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's $700 for one person. Bro, that's not terrible.
I know.
Now you're talking about food and whatever for the rest of the night, bro. If you know you're balling in a budget, you go to Vaughn's. You don't eat out, bro, unless you have to. But go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're truly budgeting,
Okay.
your weekend isn't for you to put on things. But this is what I'm saying, right? Let's say you put this on your credit card, you get some miles, you do whatever, you save the money, it's paid for, and you're still within the refund range. So you build the money back up, you pay down the credit card. If some shit should go happen, you do whatever, and then you sign up for your goddamn tournament. Just sign up. It's not that big of a deal.
Mhm. And I know some hotels basically will let you they'll let you reserve the room and not even charge you until you actually get to the property.
Bro. So this is what I'm talking about. But I get it, right? Everybody's like, "Well, David, you just proved their point. It's $700 for flight and room and board from right now." Yeah. Why don't you do that? That's literally 5 months from now. 5 months that you don't have to worry about $700. That's 150 days. Won't you just? Nah, bro. Nah, I'm asking for too much. Can't understand it, bro. But nah, bro. I'm the crazy one, bro. But it is what it is. I don't want to. Like I said, I don't know what else it is. You ask me a question. Ask me a better question. Ask me anything, bro. But like right now, I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These fools don't care about nothing, G. They just want to argue. That's all they want to do. They want to argue. And I'm not into it with them. Let somebody else deal with the foolishness. Cause I don't think anyone here is being realistic about the real costs or the revenue or what it takes to really have a economically sound event. And I mean where everybody eats. And what that really looks like, what that markup really looks like. And nobody's willing to have that conversation.
That's very true. But I'm
And that's the
hoping
problem.
I'm hoping people will start seeing now with this money starting to come in, people will start basically trying to be more trying to basically learn more about the financial side of the scene instead of just sitting around complaining about prize money. But I'm almost in the same boat as you. I don't really have faith too much in the community. Basically trying to put financial literacy behind what they're arguing for.
Yo, your guess is as good as mine, bro. I don't know. Like when they talk, I feel like one of them people that are on TV that be losing their mind, like, bro, what are you talking about? And they have to go in and they have to literally, um, like step by step break down what they're talking about and prove to them how stupid. Bro, I don't got no more energy for that shit, man. Then here's the thing: there's gonna be some shit that goes down a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years, and then when it becomes really, really bad, someone's gonna find a clip or something that we said, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, bro, y'all fools are really out here spitting facts, huh?" And I'm like, "Bro, okay." Like, you know what I mean? Well, it's like, well, like, how that OJ song go? With the one with Jay-Z and hold on 1 second. I gotta play. I don't wanna get your shit doxed. Hold on, bruh. These fools bro, they're I don't get it. I don't. I'm not even trying to talk to you about it. I don't get it.
I know,
I don't get
because me personally, I like listening to like TO talks and eco talks and stuff like that. 'Cause it actually gives me like things to think on that may not have thought about, especially like finances. Because I basically delved heavily into my own finances to kind of basically get myself back on track. And I'm like,
I,
cause it's a lot of times. It's like, man, I want to ask him about some stuff, but I was like, I don't know if he had time to talk about it.
ask me now. What, your personal stuff?
Oh yeah, cause it was like with this whole thing, I'm like, man, maybe I need to get business cards and some other stuff.
What
But
you mean about what it pertains to what?
no, because I was seeing when I was emailing back and forth with your people, I'm like, oh, he's got a professional like email business card, like this is who he is.
Right.
And I'm like, well, maybe I need to start getting that and start
You
being
should
a
all,
little more professional about it. Because like people ask me like, you know, what have you done? Like I've dumped money, like the microphone. I got a Shure. My wife actually bought that like for $300. She's bought the arm. She did a whole bunch of things, the PC and all that stuff. And I'm like, maybe I need to start an LLC to basically write off a lot of this stuff for like tax purposes.
I wouldn't say no. I definitely not gonna say no to you. You should absolutely consider writing off some of this stuff that you're doing. Absolutely.
Yeah, cause I was just trying to say, well, I don't know financially, like what direction to take it in.
What are you talking about? You're talking about what you're doing now with the podcasting?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you're gonna continue to do it, then why not invest into it? But like, don't do like what I did, right? We did it slow. We did it just as a response to community wants and needs, right? Because people were saying, like, I first started because I never realized how much the community didn't care about us as TOs, like real shit, right? Um, like there was a final round that happened, and 1 year Wolf Chrome won, and Wolf Chrome literally got on the mic after winning and said, "Damn, y'all even try to rob me and put me into losers bracket, and I still won the tournament." And that's what people remember, right? Nobody knows what happened behind the scenes, and I wasn't aware he had done that because I was running the event. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not out here watching the stream or after stream interviews or like, you know what I mean? There are other people's jobs that watch and protect the integrity and the marketing and the branding of Final Round, right? I'm not doing that live on the show. There's somebody else that's doing that. So this fool goes and bro, he talks shit and says that we're the ones that suspended him from the tournament. And I was like, what you mean? So, bro, I go on this rant on Twitter, bro. And I'm like, hey, G, my homeboy, and this is years later, right? I've forgotten about it. I don't care no more, whatever, right? Fool. That shit got like 16,000 views.
Mm.
Because I was like, because I told the truth about what happened, and I was like, bro, and that's the thing. People still had recording from that day. And they're like, yeah, David, we were there. And they posted it. And they posted me screaming that fool's name. Where's Wolf Crone? And when I disqualified him, everybody was cheering because we had waited like over an hour for that fool. We waited over an hour for a player to come. And that's a lot of it, see, and that's the thing that people don't understand. People, one of the reasons why we waited for that reason, for that long, was because Larry was like, bro, we got all these people here now, and we got this marketing dollars and all this other shit going on. We can't make it look bad that we just DQ'd one of the top players and top seeded people to win, because that's when Wolf Crone was on a tear. Wolf Crone's whatever her name is, Sea Viper, was killing people, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it, and then everybody's like, bro, we never knew that, this. I was like, because y'all don't care about us, bro. Y'all just think that we are just these people that are just here for you to beat on and do whatever you want to, and that's not how it goes. So I don't know, G. I sit back and I watch and I see what we've become, and people not having the control of their finances, because why else would you be pocket watching and think that TOs are out here balling? They really thought that we were out here like buying new houses and getting new cars and shit like that.
Trust
No,
me.
for real.
Well, yeah, I
For real.
believe. Trust me, I believe I've seen some of the people saying basically that the TOs basically are going on these elaborate vacations. They buying new cars. They doing all this stuff. I'm like, I don't really see that with the TOs. I see them putting in a whole bunch of work into their tournaments and stuff. But even if they were, I don't really care because it ain't my business.
Bro, them fools were like, yo, these fools are up. I was like, we up? God, I ain't know that. If y'all say it, bro, if you say it, I believe it. Oh Lord, it was funny. But yeah, man. As it pertains to that stuff too, I've helped out a lot of people actually in the FGC, where I've taught them my financial literacy course. So like, you know what I mean? If you wanna ever get a class one day, just reach out to Phyllis and let her know that you want a class, and we can zoom it up
Okay.
and do whatever you need to do, man. I love. It's a passion of mine. I won't lie to you. It is a passion of mine teaching people about financial literacy my way, right? Because I teach it in a beginner state and how to do it and manage your cash and be worried about cash flows and how to calculate your net worth and use high yield savings accounts and all this other stuff. So I try my best to help those that are not as educated about the finances as I am to become that way. And if you are, then don't take the class. You don't need to. Everybody, it doesn't apply to everybody. You got some type of knowledge about it already, and you're good to go.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much all I've been working on lately. Like it was most of it, I didn't even know how well I was doing like with my credit score and stuff until I went to my bank just to deposit some money, and they like, you don't want to apply for a credit card? And I'm like, I already got one that's like 1,600. And they were just like, you sure? Like it'll take a few minutes, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and apply for it. They took all my information down like less than 5 minutes. Like, yeah, you've already been approved. Here's another one for like 2,000. I'm like,
Nice.
okay, like I didn't really need it, but maybe keep it for like emergencies and stuff like that. But I'm
This is
like,
true.
it's something I try to. My wife say I get on her nerves with it because I be on her about like her financial spending and stuff. Because I'm like, you're buying stuff, but you're buying like one time use stuff. Like once you use it, you can't do nothing else with it. It's done. And she like, well, well, you're doing this and you're doing that. Yeah, but the stuff that I buy, I can use this for like the next couple of years. So it's not the same.
You know what? And that's hard for people. That's where I'm at right now with the FTC. Right? You know what I mean? Like we're not arguing the same thing. We're just not. And I don't know, brother. Like I see, like, yeah, products that you buy are important, right? Are they resources / assets that you use to better your life, or are you buying something that you're going to put down and never use again? Are you buying a watch that's going to have some value and carry value and be worth more, or are you buying a watch that you're going to break and not give a shit about in like 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm. That's my thing. I look for more like the long term use of something. But I still kind of, you know how it is when you got a wife. You kind of got to let her do her thing sometimes, let her have fun. But she's starting to basically see that yeah, you got to kind of rein things in and get stuff on a budget, because the way prices is now, I'm like every penny goes out the house got to be accounted for, so we know exactly what we're spending.
Bro, talk to me nice. Talk to me nice right now to try to understand. You can't be spending money right now and not knowing where it's going. That's craziness.
Yeah, cause back in the day, I ain't gonna lie, I used to like spending, but then like the older I got, you know what? I like the money in my bank account, my savings looks a lot better just sitting there than it does going out.
Right, especially if you have goals. Yeah. If you got goals to meet, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's what I've been just trying to basically get her on the train, and she's starting to come around when it comes to that train, because even she's starting to get to the point where she's starting to see prices just astronomically out of control right now.
Bro, eggs alone.
So I'm just like $100. It might as well be a $20 bill nowadays.
You understand, bro? If I go to the grocery store and I go buy, like, bro, I'm better off going to the grocery store than a fast food joint, because I can buy a sandwich there for cheaper than I can at McDonald's, and it's the same wait time. I buy a drink there, bro. It's healthier options, last longer, bro. It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. KFC selling a bucket of chicken for $43. What? Yeah, bruh, you see, that's the thing. I don't want to say certain things on here that I know that it would hurt me.
I know. I'll be straight up. My wife used to love DoorDash, and then she finally started looking at like how much they were charging her for stuff. I'm like, they charging you like $15-20 more just for these people to deliver it to your door. So like this $8 thing you ordered from DoorDash and now $25.
Really?
Yeah, cause we got state tax, so basically we getting delivery fees, tax, state tax, plus you got to put a tip on there. And that's why I'm just like, a lot of times I look at it. Sometimes I'll be like, you know what, I really don't want to go, but I'd rather just drive down to wherever I'm going to get it than to order it and pay all this extra money for basically them just bringing it to me.
Bro, you know what? You're in the same. Chris, what age range are you in? You don't have to say your age on live or whatever.
Oh no, I'm in the 40s.
Oh, okay. All right, Chris. That's why. Chris, you're a grown man, dude. You're a grown ass man. That's why our conversations been going so well. It's not you lied to me, Chris. You made me think you're a young FGC dude. You're a grown man.
Oh no, I've been here in the scene playing, but it's like just really being like in the community itself with more like 2019 when I got into it. But even with that, just being around some of the younger guys, I'm like, bro, y'all I'm like, y'all wilding out now, but I'm like, I can't do that, dude. I got responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, bro, even if like you think about it, right? You got dudes that own 2 or 3 systems. They don't just play one game. They play this, they play that, they play whatever. They do micro purchases. They own 17 different Jordans. Because bro, you remember? All right, being that you've been around, remember when the Yeezys were first out?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had Yeezys, bro. When Yeezys came out, they were $300 shoes, G.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was thinking, and back then I was like a director of finance. I was making good money, right? I was a head of an accounting department, and I would say to myself, granted, child support was kicking my ass, but I'm like, bruh, $300, $300 for a pair of sneakers.
I know. I'll be like my brother sometimes. Like I would buy them and resell them,
Oh,
and
don't
people
get me wrong.
would pay. They would pay that premium price to get them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now the young homies would show me that the ones that dealt in shoes, that bought and sold shoes. Nah, they were hustling. I had no problem with that. They were businessmen. I'm talking about the people that bought 3 different pair of Yeezys,
I know.
and I'm like, bro, y'all, all right, bro, y'all boys are wilding. Nah, go ahead.
I know, because I got like probably 60, 70 pairs of shoes.
Right.
But I'm like, that's like over a course of years.
Yeah,
And
you
like,
accumulate them. Yeah, over time.
yeah, and I'm like, people look at it, I'm like, man, how long you had these shoes? Yeah, I had that shoe since like 2019. And it's
Mm-hmm.
2025 and they still look brand new. Yeah, because I actually take care of my stuff. I don't know why
Right.
y'all sit here and don't take care of the stuff that y'all pay all this money for.
I I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. Yeah, these dudes they're different, man. They're built different. They're built different indeed. But nah, man, if you wanna, even talk some more about finance, let me know, man. Cause this is stuff that I kinda enjoy doing. Like even outside of eco talks, I am an accountant and I've been one for over 20 years. I I teach accounting. I teach financial literacy on the side. I have an accounting firm which I do people's books for, just so that they can make some, financial decisions, and we help them do their books. That's what I do all day every day. So, yeah, man, if ever you're ready, you want to go through it, let me know. I'll send
I,
you out some paperwork and then we can start. You can reach out to Rochelle and that's how we get it popping.
I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, man. But
The
yeah,
the little side
good.
project, I got going on. Right now, it's still in the infancies, but already I'm looking into like how much it's going to cost me to copyright certain things and printers and stuff like that. So it's a lot of stuff that I'm looking up right now.
No, yeah, do whatever you, bro. I'll be happy to give you any advice that you want, man. Just do whatever you're gonna do, man. I always advise people to try and chase their dreams because it's important for you to chase your dreams. G, don't let nobody let you think that at least that you're not okay or you're not something to invest in. We invest in everybody else's company, but not our own. I don't think that's right.
Mhm. Yeah, I say the same. Well, I don't want to get started on that. On
Right.
us as black people. I'm like, man, if we would take all our money, I'm like, why don't we have a black bank? And if we have a black bank, we all basically put our money there to help that become like a Fortune 500 company instead of going to JP Morgan Chase and all these other banks.
Where's Greenwood at right now? That's the one that Killer Mike and them started, right?
I think so. I don't even know if it's still because I know it's not one in where I'm at right now.
No, it was supposed to be Greenwood is supposed to be non brick and mortar.
Oh,
Supposed to be just like a virtual bank.
just an online bank.
Yeah.
I might have to look into down there. I feel like we have a lot of buying power, but we don't really
Right.
spend. We don't really spend with each other. Like
that.
our dollar doesn't circulate in our community too long.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was going to say about the FTC. Our money doesn't circulate in the FTC too long. That's why it is what it is. I'm not talking. Yes, we have an issue with black people for sure, right? Like, for instance, there's no way that final round should have failed. None. But people are just nitpicking and complaining and blah, blah, and final round is gone now, right? And you have all these people all trying to come up and do their own thing, but, bro, final round was special for a reason, G. You understand what I'm saying? And it was a black-owned business that's doing well. Evo, black-owned business, but them dudes be hiding. They do not let you see who they are. And I don't wrong them. I don't wrong them, bro. I don't wrong them. It's crazy. Like, you have to think about, doing business in such a manner. And you have to be afraid to do business because you never know how people are going to treat you. But yeah, if we were to ever support our businesses how we should, like a community should, we would be a lot better off. Seriously, a lot better off.
Yeah.
But yeah. We can go into that, and the mindset behind that later. But I got to run and do some stuff, some errands and shit. So
just let the people know where they can find you at.
All right. You can find me on Twitter, IG, whatever at at Calm Warrior JA. That's all one thing. I've been around the FGC for a while, so you can ask about me. Reach out, whatever, right? My DMs are always open. I'm open to conversations or questions about anything as it pertains to the FGC or finance. I'll be happy to help in any way I can.
Definitely appreciate you coming in again.
Yeah, no worries.
All right.